guys. Presidential election is around the corner, and we need to know, well, some of us need to know where the candidates stand on the federal legalization of cannabis. You'd be surprised, actually, the vast majority of them support federal legalization of cannabis. But we have two of the biggest names who don't support federal legalization at all. And then we got some who are not sure. So first, we're going to start off with the two who do not support, and I repeat, do not want federal legalization of cannabis, which is basically will pull us out of the prohibition phase that we're still in with cannabis. Now, we know the president lasts for 4 years, or if you're already in there and you win again, it's another 4, so 8 years total. So that could be an additional 4 and an additional 8 years where we're still stuck in the prohibition stage. So the two people who don't support the federal legalization of cannabis, number one is Donald Trump, the current president. He does not support federal legalization at all. He wants it to stay the way it is. The next guy is Joe Biden. And I thought he would be for it, but apparently he's not. He does not support federal legalization at all. He's not an early cannabis adopter. And he, he would keep us. So if he wins, if he beats Trump, we're going to be in that prohibition phase for the next 4 years or more. So federal legalization, unfortunately, if either of those two win, well, one's already in there. If one returns, i.e. Donald Trump, we're still going to be in there for another 4 years. Joe Biden comes in, it's still another 4. So that's where we are with that. We got some folks who are unclear, who are not sure where they stand on it. Steve Bullock. Don't really know too much about him. Do you, Ro?
Who the hell is that?
Well,
what is that? Some kind of is some type of independent writing or something? Was that some Unitarian or something? Who is Steve Bullock? I think I went to high school with him, actually.
That's hilarious. I have no idea who this dude is, but he does not support. Well, no, sorry. Let me rephrase. He is unclear about his position on the federal legalization of cannabis.
Hell, I'm unclear on him. Who the fuck? Who is he?
Next is John Delaney. And again, I have no idea who the hell that is, but
he's running. Steve Bullock's friend, and they don't. And while they smoke weed, they don't know if they want to decriminalize or legalize it.
Well, he's running for president in the 2020 election, John Delaney, and he is unclear. Is he an early adopter of cannabis? He thinks that's debatable. And again, since I don't know who he is, nor do I care at this particular point, we're going to move on. Amy Klobuchar. Now, I've heard her name before. I think she was on Trevor Noah or one of these shows. So, but again, I don't know what her politics are, but when it comes to federal legalization, she is unclear. So does that mean she can swing either way? Possibly. Is she an early adopter? No. Is she an early adopter? Nope. And that's where she stands on it. Like I said, there's 4 characters. And the last guy is Wayne Messam. Again, I have no idea who Wayne Messam is or what his politics are. But if he were to miraculously win, he is unclear about supporting federal legalization of cannabis.
It's reprehensible. It's reprehensible that this many adults don't know where they stand on an issue this big and significant in the lives of American people. How do you reach the age Well, you're old enough to run for president of the United States, and you don't know how you feel about an issue this basic and this important.
Yeah, to me,
It's
it's a yes or
ridiculous.
no. It's a yes or no question to me.
And I listen to this show sometime, and I think I say integrity and culture every show, and it's almost going to be a bad joke. But integrity, if you had any, you would know where you stood on this issue, or are you playing it safe to see which directions the winds are blowing, so that you can see how many votes you could get? It's utter cowardice,
Yeah.
in my unsolicited opinion.
Yeah, I never get the people who are unclear or, well, I'm unsure and I'm unclear. It's a pretty straightforward question. Do you want the feds to legalize it where it's fully legal? Yes or no? What is there to
And
think
and the,
about?
and the inability to answer that question is actually indicative of a
Politician?
amateur politician, because a real one could talk in circles for 30 seconds and never answer the question, but make you feel as though they did.
That's
The
true.
fact that these people can't even say anything shows they ain't got no business running for nothing. I wouldn't elect a dog catcher, but that's how I feel
That's
about it.
hilarious.
How do you feel about dogs being off the leash? I'm
I'm
unsure.
unclear.
I'm not clear. What breed are we talking about? Pit bull or collie?
Chihuahua.
Would they
But
be off?
moving on to some positive highlights. I guess let's go through the people who there's actually quite a few of them who are for the federal legalization of cannabis. Michael Bennett is for it. Again, I don't know who that is.
Michael Bennett is all up in it.
Cory Booker, we know who he is. He's for it. Pete Buttigieg, he's for it. Julian Castro, Bill de Blasio, Tulsi Gabbard, Kirsten Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, John Hickenlooper. I know I've heard that on Trevor Noah. I think they made fun of that name, but he's for it.
I can't imagine why.
Jay Inslee, Seth Moulton. Again, I have no idea who this is. Beto O'Rourke. Yes, no, I know who he is. Tim Ryan, and of course Bernie Sanders. Get well, Bernie. You had a bit of a heart attack this past week.
And he needs some CBD oil.
Yeah, he needs. So he better be for it. Tim Ryan, Eric Swalwell, and of course Elizabeth Warren's for it. William Weld, Marianne Williamson. I don't have no idea who that is. And Andrew Yang, the guy that says the most interesting things when it comes to technology in this election. He's for it. So, and that's pretty much it. So we have the bulk of the candidates who support federal legalization and want to take us out of the dark ages with cannabis. We got the two, I guess, big guns. One who's in there and the one who's trying to come in, Trump and Biden, who both adamantly do not support it. And then we got the four characters. I'll just say Amy Klobuchar is in the group because I don't remember the other people's names and I don't know who they are. Who are
Steve Bullock.
unclear. Yes, Steve Bullock is one of them. Good. Because I was like, is he in the list? Yeah. So
Yeah, he's on that list.
So yes, so that's where the 2020 presidential election candidates stand when it comes to the federal legalization of cannabis.
This reminds me of kids' sports nowadays, and everyone gets a trophy just for showing up. Everybody gets to speak on their platform and run for president just for showing up, regardless of whether or not they know how they feel about pertinent issues or not. God help us all.
All right. So, guys who's voting next year, think about this. Well, provided who's still around, because a bunch of these people are going to drop off by the time 2020 presidential election rolls around. But
But I really believe in Steve Bullock. I think you're going to be impressed by the things he's going to do in the next few months. So keep
really,
your eyes on him. Keep
really,
your eyes on Steve Bullock.
even though he's unclear,
He'll figure it out. He'll find his way along as the months pass.
hilarious,
I'm putting my vote behind Stephen.
hilarious. And on that
Stephen
note,
Noble Bullock.
and on that note, we will catch you all again next time. Check out another video on the 710 Squared YouTube channel.